and gentlemen, guess what? It is I, North Sentinel Island, and here we are in the most beautiful planet known to man. Well, not planet known to man. Well, you kind of like got the deal, bro. In communist, soon to be communist Germany, Tailman is doing his thing. And we're becoming more communist by the day. I mean, people are reading Marx. They're reading Engels. They're reading, like, all the stuff. And they're denouncing people for, being enemies of the people. Because the last thing you want is enemies of the people, Like, I don't know if you ever were an enemy of the people. I wasn't. And I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I really want a war economy, but I need more war support. So I'm just thinking we do something now. It'd be kind of neat to have like a democratic reformer and a communist reformer. And, a fascist reformer all going at it at the same time. We're choosing Walter Funk. There isn't really any other point in doing stuff right now besides possibly just communism on the rise. And we were communists soon. Soon, people. Soon, the world will have communism. And when we have communism, everything will be much, much better. Because the workers will actually be in charge of everything. And I think that's good when they are. I mean, I was reading up on the Stasi. I'm reading a book right now about them. And it's like they forced their, recruits to take an oath that they would always support the proletariat. And if they did not uphold those ideals, they would have, the lifelong, hate. They would have the scorn of the workers or something like that. It just sounded strange, but, it's... I don't know. If you kind of, were just forced with, communist propaganda your whole life, and then all of a sudden you're told that, I'm not really exactly sure of the details, but, Oh, yeah. The Communist Revolutionary Movement, once a fringe popular among radical academics in theory and troublemakers, has seen increased support among the German working class. The fact that even more people choose to identify themselves with a class at all implies that Marx's ideas are spreading beyond those who are actively to seek destroying the government. NSDAP laughed at this development, longing for a time when Germans was what people identified first and foremost. Their concerns are not unfounded. It could be argued that a revolution is already underway, occurring on several levels of society, and may be too late to stop it. And yeah, we all support communists. We all are, deep down inside, I think everyone's a communist. I mean, might be a little out there when I say that, but there's no time like the present to be a communist, I guess. It says something's going down in a couple days. It'll just be kind of strange to just completely, like, screw yourself over by, like, doing anti-communist raids while spending political power trying to foster communism. I mean, it's just... At least I find that kind of... That'll just be kind of, like, strange, you know? It'll just be, like, a complete waste. And that actually kind of remind me of more of... like, how a government really does work. Especially in my country. You know, we spend money locking people up in prisons and preventing them from ever getting jobs. Then we offer drug treatment, mental health treatment, and stuff like that. When obviously... it's kind of like counterproductive if you think about it. But that's just my opinion. A more logical solution will be to kind of like spend them... instead of spending money on prisons, that way encourage people to get help from mental illness and crap and actually have some sort of universal health coverage in this country. But that's just my opinion. The funny thing, too, is that throughout the entire history of the Stasi, they only shot 200 Stasi members for, like, this or that, or, like, betrayal of the people, or betrayal of this, or betrayal of that. You know, you'd think they would have killed more Stasi members. Like, usually the first thing that Stasi members go after are other Stasi members. And we're actually getting our artillery deficit finally taken care of. So then we could, like, waste... so then we could begin building some other stuff for our infantry troops, and everything will be much better. You know, we need to produce 6 more of them just to fill out these 2 armies, and then we're probably just going to begin building a 3rd one. Which makes sense, because you know, if communists are good at anything, it's very large armies of pretty much cannon fodder. And, you know, they might not be, like, the most technologically advanced ones, but they don't really need to. Because they could always, you know, bribe. That's it, it's official. Our artillery deficit's over, ladies and gentlemen. But going back about communist armies, probably the best thing they could do, they don't really need to do any technological advances themselves. All they have to do is just scrunch up, like, $50,000 and bribe some American colonel that wants to live beyond his means. And there's always plenty of them wandering around, so in that aspect, you know, they don't really have to do much research themselves, even though for the most part they actually did. I mean, for really Chernobyl, they had, like, I mean, just watch Chernobyl. They had, you know, nuclear reactors and stuff like that. Maybe they weren't, like, the best managed, but they weren't that bad, I guess. You know, and they all wore, like, pajamas at work. Like, if you notice, like, I watched the entire thing when I was under quarantine. Because, you know, I had nothing better to do with my life. Yeah. Field hospitals. They have, like, hospitals now, which is good. Because you wouldn't want... But, you know, if you watch Chernobyl, it had at least to have some historical accuracy behind it. But they all looked like they wore pajamas at work. But, you know, he was probably... I don't know. Doesn't real like Comrade Dyatlov probably wasn't as bad as they showed him. Battlefield support. Alright. It's about time that we do some sort of things anyway, you know? Don't want to prepare for civil war? No. Don't want to try to get some sort of discourse so we can become communist quicker? Of course! Because, you know, the goal of, like, if you're doing a Let's Play on communist Germany, you know, they're not, like, your viewers are not going to expect you necessarily to go communist, like, the first day. But, you know, eventually they want to see, like, Germany as a whole to be a communist state. And they would be, like, upset if you never became communist. Because it's kind of like false advertising in some ways. You know, if they promised you to go communist, but they didn't deliver, and they never became communist, you got the deal. I'm just going to scrunch more of these. Just want to make sure these are... Yeah, they're carabiners. Uh-oh! Spain took... Oh! They're going to be my communist brothers, which is nice. Which is, you know, what I want. Because I want, you know, it's... So that's good. You know, I support equipment and motorized stuff. It's eventually going to recover those. So everything's good. I just want to see if this infantry equipment. Yeah, we have 10,000 carabiners, and we only use Monleechers, whatever the hell they are. So apparently, somehow we just produce like a shit ton of stuff, you know? Now, I don't know how we update, like, old stuff for, like... Well, first of all, let's just do this like we're supposed to. Select the new technology. Blah, 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 blah. I guess we're just going to be content with Gebirgs. Gebirgs, Jaegers. And armor. More of these. Done, 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 done. We could get like some... Yeah, we got that. This. This will be kind of like the equivalent of Hedgehog. Mounting this module. Because I want to mount that module. Because we want to be able to sink subs. Because historically, they actually did a pretty damn... Like... Subs actually did a pretty damn good job at sinking capital ships. You know, and right now, that kind of makes me a little upset because, you know, we have like all these you know, if there was another war, like World War, well, that's, you know, if we survived that war, I'm pretty sure that... Here's the Leipzig class. Look at these fellas. Just want to make sure time's ticking. Module slot engine. That's good. Subdetections 4. This is subdetection. Ting. So we got the E's coming up, which is what I want, because I want my frickin' things to be able to hunt subs and then you know, overall, that's a good thing when you're able to, like, hunt subs and stuff. Building some cruisers. Cruiser will hold day. Destroyer. 1936 destroyer hull. They'll be done before we know it. And I might actually just build some more. Probably Jalen's gonna be done soon. Do I want to just build a dockyard again? Build a dockyard. You obviously first, then the dockyard, then a military factory. And because ultimately we do need more military factories than we need military factories. Motorized is a deficit, obviously. Thanks. Yep, Put you, so we can build something of a surplus of you guys. Go back into a big time go by. Everything's good. So if we have tanks, we could build a frickin' Panzer unit. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. And a lot of those tanks before we know it, so. Panzers away. One. And you could train over here in the depressing areas of Hinter Pomerania. Because we all know that's where tanks are best suited. And you'll have all those troops before we know it. So here we are, we have an infantry division that we're going to give to Mr. Mondestein, and he's going to be doing some good stuff with it. And as he said, we don't have anything left. We don't have any under-assigned divisions. And according to this, we could hire a political advisor to do crap, but I don't see any point in it. We could build refineries, or we could build civilian factories faster. And I don't see any need for that. What I do see a need for it is for us to go communist a little bit quicker. Because I hate communists. Because I hate fascists, and it's important that we become friends of the workers. And the only way we could be friends of the workers is if we go communist. And the only way we could go communist is if we... the only way we could really do it is by... Oh! This is kind of scary. Capitalists and nationalists would have you spill your blood for them on the front lines, turning brother against brother over disputes that do not concern the working man. Instead of taking arms against workers who struggle abroad, raise them against the oppressors, amen, and overthrow the bloody tyrants. Oh, yeah. Good, communist is going up again. Recruiting population down a little bit. Daily support for the commies is going up. That's what I want. Because, if anything, what we need is communism in this country. And for I don't know. I guess, it's kind of like if you're going to be a communist country, you might as well have communism in your country. So the Moonsheen's getting built. We had 3 heavy cruisers being built. We need to build another ship. We need a... This is the one we just made. The cruiser HOI. This has some nice sub-sinking capabilities. What I want is to turn this frickin' Type 7C into a fucking badass. Pardon my English. But, we need to make this this one, specific one. We're going to have some mine-laying tubes. Do I want mine-laying Type 7C U-boats? And the answer is, I don't really want them. Good. We got engine 1, which is this. This is what we currently have in this U-boat. What I want is this. So we get a little bit more speed and a little less visibility. Do we use fuel? Yeah, we're going to use more fuel. Am I concerned about using more fuel? Okay, now we need to do another upgrade with my torpedoes. Do I want torpedo 1 or do I want torpedo 2? This doesn't seem like that much of a... Yeah, this is 1936 submarine hull A. I might as well name this the Volksschiff. The German Peoplesschiff. Korean. Because, you know, obviously we need to call them Korean. Because I don't know what the East Germans named their ships after, but this is not that bad of a one. So yeah, we're just gonna build 2 of them because that's what we're gonna do. You know, and we'll build 2 of them, and there's gonna be like some more like semi-advanced ships. Our U-boat effort is doing good because what the hell is cruiser submarine? Like, what was this research that we just did? We researched something for a cruiser submarine. Like, I just want to see what the hell this is because obviously we could do something now. Cruiser submarine. This will probably be like the equivalent of a 9C. Yeah. See, we get a little bit more length. We get more torpedoes. So we could build even another one if we wanted to. I know the Japanese had, like, float planes. Which kind of concerns me. And back. See, now we could actually do, like, other things if we wanted to. Like, these people. This. Because, you know, what are we going to be doing with, like, this one specific module? I'm thinking this might be, like, our mine one. Do we want a mines? Yeah, because we need mines. We need advanced torpedo tubes. And we need, like, hardcore engines. So, there we go. This is the cruiser one. It's kind of... Obviously, it's just bigger. And it's good for, like, mine laying. What are we going to name this? Cruiser submarine? Nah, I mean... We need to figure out some sort of, like, Type 9 U-boat captain. Hardigan? Hardigan. So he's got a Type 9 named after him. He legendarily, after the declaration, after, you know, the Nazis declared war on the United States, they pretty much just decided to surprise us by having a lot of their long-distance U-boats attack us in, like, January and February of 1942. Like, right when the war began. And they just sunk a shit ton of our stuff simply just because, you know, we didn't know what the hell we were doing yet. You know, it's called Operation Pakoschlabo, or Drumbeat. And can we do this now? No. Yeah, we need 49 war support, which is a lot of war support. And of course, war support's going down if we keep doing this, like... We don't have enough for Anschluss. We might as well do this so we can do crap. There we go. So we have another U-boat being built, which is nice. We actually have some surface ships being built too, which is also nice. So maybe we actually are, catching up to building a halfway decent navy. Because, if you're a communist government and you have a choice of a navy or not having a navy, for the most part, it's usually best to choose to have a navy. That's my opinion. So, we're going to be doing that. Obviously, all these, updates about the communism, they're making it almost sound like it's bad. They, the basic computer code should know that we are probably trying to go communist if we, hire a communist guy and go out of our way to try to do some sort of, political discourse with the commies. If we're trying to help them out and stuff. Yeah, martial law. Everyone has martial law, which is what we want. Next thing, I might actually give them some armored cars. Because I don't know how much, our troops are being bled. But, I don't really want... Yeah, they have a lot of stuff. You see it, every single day. Some men are dying. Some equipment's being lost. For the past year, we lost 5,000 people. And I don't want that to happen. So it makes sense to give us some armored cars so they have a little thing just to terrorize the population with. And we could give them some military police too, obviously, because we haven't even bothered doing that yet. And we might as well just give this a proper name, Stasi, because actually, the Stasi terrorized it their own people. Yet, why am I having garrison troops which are going to terrorize non-German people, But once again, the Stasi wasn't about terrorizing their own people. They're about terrorizing the enemies of the workers. So, theoretically, we could pretend that the vast majority of the enemies of the workers just happened to be in areas that we recently conquered. And it shouldn't be that hard to believe that, I guess. Alright, artillery is going up. Yeah, we just could smash one or two more training. There we go. Uh-oh. What are we lacking? Support equipment and motorized. She'll have them soon enough. Right, I hope. Holy moly, yeah, a lot of this crap's not good. How the hell you get all this of a deficit? I obviously haven't been paying attention. Let's figure out what the hell we're doing wrong here. Yeah, plenty of these for now, so we can nix 4 of them. You could get 2 of them. Which will be good, that'll help you out. And then we only have 1 of these left, because this is horrible, But you're making a lot of them every day. You're going to be making a lot of them every day, so I'm not that concerned. You could go down there. And the tanks are going to take longer than them. And that's alright. It sucks, but what the hell are you going to do? So we have a lot of stuff. We have a Navy being built. We have an Air Force being built, as you see here. We have a lot of airplanes. Oh! Let's see how all this bloodshed's going on. You know, it looks like the Carlos are gonna be beating up the communist brothers, which is a shame, you know. So we might as well just sit here and enjoy the play-by-play. You know, see, Royal City is... I still don't understand that. Ciudad Royale. Alright, that's my timer. We're ending this episode for now. Once again, like me, subscribe me, leave a comment, visit me on my website, evilsexoffender.com, and I'll be right back.